Au pair program is not a cultural exchanging cultural program anymore. That doesn't exist anymore. 90% of the cases, host families, they don't care about the cultural aspect of the program anymore. What they want is a cheap domestic worker.
L'organisation Fair Work Belgium vient en aide aux travailleurs migrants victimes de l'économie souterraine. Omar Garcia y dirige le programme d'activités destiné au personnel de maison, l'un des plus exposés à l'exploitation. Il s'intéresse de près à un phénomène assez méconnu, les filles au pair utilisées par des familles d'accueil comme domestiques sous couvert d'échanges culturels. Depuis 2020, sous l'effet du confinement dû à la pandémie, elles sont exploitées à grande échelle, selon Omar Garcia, que nous rencontrons au siège de Fair Work à Bruxelles.
So since 2014, we have realized that exploitation in the au pair program in Belgium is not about isolated cases. It's a systemic exploitation of young people who are in the practice working as a real cheap domestic workers. Well, mainly is the quantity of work and how many hours they are working. Au pairs are supposed to come to Belgium to learn a language and to get to know more the Belgian culture. Either you learn French or Dutch or German. The reality is that they are being working as a real domestic workers. They take care of the children, they clean the house all around. They do every task who is supposed to be done by a domestic worker, not by an au pair. When au pairs are living with the host families, they have to be under disposal. So they have to be always available to every command they receive from the host family. The relationship between the authority of the host family and the dependence of the au pair is that strong and is so obvious that in practice it's very difficult for these girls to say no to any command from the host family. Either if you are an au pair or an authentic domestic worker, but you are living with your employer, you create something that we call the false family relationship. You create some kind of approach, close relationship with these persons, so sometimes you don't detect when you are being actually in problems. Or they tell you are part of our family at one side, we love you, we care of you, but at the same time they are asking you to work 38 hours per week and hard tasks. So sometimes for girls are not so easy to identify that they are in problems. Or maybe when they approach to us, they contact us for information, and I explain them that they are actually victims of exploitation. It can be a big shock sometimes for them because they don't realize that indeed they are living a situation of exploitation. The difference with the au pairs is that au pairs are usually people from the middle class in their own countries, or they have studied until the university. So because of their socio-cultural economical level, they can identify easier, or they have this feeling of injustice that grows inside them more easier. The inspections, they are doing a great job, I must say. First, girls are not very well informed. People who is looking for us, not everybody finds our website, for instance. So the reason we are working also in social media, so they know that we exist and we know that they can rely on us. People believe that the information they receive from au pair world or from the Belgian au pair agencies is correct, which is not true. But they have this perception of legality when they are working with these agencies. So they don't contact anyone else. I think the law should change. It's just a law in wet paper. It's not preventing any exploitation. Right now, the au pair program is not a cultural exchange program anymore. It's a way of labor immigration to Belgium. And the au pairs should get finally a real labor statute as that of domestic workers. First of all, provide the au pairs as a real labor status, like that of domestic workers, with right to a minimum wage, with legal protections for their labor conditions, etc. Right now, the regulation of the upper placement in Belgium is not enough to prevent all this exploitation they are suffering.